If you can't react in time, you're already finished. In boxing, it's not the strongest who wins. It's not even always the most skilled. It's the one who can see the attack coming before it lands and do something about it. Most fighters train their punches, their power, their conditioning, but they neglect the single skill that decides whether they take a punch or make their opponent miss: reflexes. Here's the hard truth. If your reflexes are slow, every other skill you have is useless. You could have knockout power, but if you can't see the punch, you'll never land it. You could have perfect defense, but if your brain takes too long to register danger, you're still going to get hit. And here's where it gets even more dangerous. Reflexes aren't just physical, they're mental. If your brain can't process information fast enough, it doesn't matter how quick your hands or feet are. You're stuck in slow motion while your opponent moves in real time. Most fighters think reflexes are something you're born with. That's a lie. This is exactly what keeps average boxers stuck in mediocrity. They keep telling themselves, "I'm just not that fast," and they stop trying. But science proves reflexes can be trained, sharpened, and weaponized if you know exactly how. And once they're trained, they don't just make you fast, they make you unpredictable, untouchable, almost impossible to hit. Imagine this. Your opponent throws a jab, and before they even finish extending their arm, you've already slipped, countered, and they're questioning why they even stepped into the ring with you. That's not luck. That's reflex mastery. When your reflexes are sharp, you don't just defend, you control the fight. You force your opponent to hesitate, second guess, and crumble under pressure. But here's the catch. You can't develop elite reflexes with random shadowboxing or casual bag work. You need targeted drills that attack both your body and your brain at the same time. And today, I'm going to give you exactly that. The top 5 drills that can transform your reaction time from average to lightning fast. The kind of fast where you're reading your opponent like a book they didn't know you've already memorized. By the time we're done, you won't just be quicker. You'll be thinking faster than your opponent can act. And in boxing, that's the real superpower. Drill 1. The shadow counter drill. Most fighters shadowbox to look good to warm up or to post on Instagram. You're going to shadowbox for one purpose: to make your brain predict and react without hesitation. Here's the trick: you don't throw punches in a comfortable, choreographed way. Instead, you imagine an opponent actually throwing at you. You visualize their jab coming at your chin, and you slip, parry, or step out, then you fire your counter. Why is this so powerful? Because your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality when it's fully engaged. When you see that imaginary punch, your neurons fire the same way they would in the ring. The more you rehearse this, the faster your brain connects threat detected to response delivered. Do this for 3 rounds, but make each round unpredictable. Sometimes imagine a fast southpaw jab, other times a slow looping hook. The goal is to condition your mind so that every punch you see, real or imagined, gets an instant response from your body. That's not training, that's rewiring. Drill 2. Double reaction ball chaos. Most fighters use 1 reaction ball. That's amateur hour. You're going to use 2. One partner drops them at random heights, distances, and angles. Your job? Grab one while keeping track of the other. This forces your brain to split attention a skill boxers desperately need. In the ring, you're not just watching your opponent's gloves, you're reading their shoulders, feet, and eyes all at once. This drill forces your mind to prioritize threats instantly. The magic is in the unpredictability. Some drops will be easy, others will feel impossible. But here's the brainwashing truth. Every time you miss one, your brain recalibrates. Within weeks, you'll notice something strange. Real punches in sparring will suddenly feel slower. That's because your brain has been processing 2 moving targets at once. Now, one target feels like nothing. Drill 3. The mirror feint game. Stand in front of a partner. No gloves, no heavy punches. Your only job is to react instantly to their feints. If they twitch their shoulder, you slip. If they fake a jab, you parry. If they shift their weight, you step back or angle out. This isn't about blocking real shots, it's about recognizing the earliest possible cues that something is coming. Most fighters only react after a punch is halfway there. By then, it's too late. Elite boxers react before the punch even starts because they've trained themselves to see the trigger before the attack. Do this drill at a slow pace first, then speed it up until it feels overwhelming. That's where the growth happens when your brain is flooded and forced to adapt. Over time, your opponent won't even be able to fake without you making them pay for it. Drill 4. Flashcard combos. Here's where you hijack your brain's decision-making speed. Write down simple numbers for punches like 1 for jab, 2 for cross, 3 for lead hook, etc. Have a partner flashcards at you. each with a random combo written on it like 2 to 3 or 1 2 1. The moment you see it, you throw it perfectly. No hesitation, no thinking. The point is to remove conscious thought from your actions. In a fight, hesitation is a death sentence. This drill forces your brain to go straight from C to do no middle step. At first, you'll freeze, you'll mess up, you'll feel slow. But stick with it. After enough repetitions, you'll reach a point where your eyes and hands are in perfect sync. Someone twitches, and your counter is already on the way before you even realize it. Drill 5. Slip rope with random counters. The slip rope is a classic, but we're going to make it brutally effective. Instead of slipping side to side in a predictable rhythm, you add random counters after each movement. Sometimes it's a jab, sometimes a cross, sometimes nothing. The randomness is everything. Predictable drills create predictable fighters. But when you don't even know what's coming next, your brain stays on high alert, learning to transition instantly from defense to offense without pausing. As you get better, speed it up. Add footwork. Add head movement. Make it so that after every slip, you're ready to attack from the perfect angle. In the ring, this means every time your opponent misses, you're already punishing them before they've even pulled their hand back. So here's the truth. If you actually do these drills the way I showed you, your reflexes will get so sharp that regular fighters will start looking like they're moving in slow motion. And here's the fun part. Once you start slipping, countering, and reacting, before they even finish their move, they'll either think you're cheating or they'll beg to know your secret. But I'll warn you, reflexes are like a superpower. Once you have them, people notice. They'll say you're just naturally fast, and you can either smile and keep the secret, or you can send them this video and let them figure it out the hard way. Now I'm curious, which of these drills do you think will be the most fun to train? And be honest, which one scares you a little? Because that's the one you probably need the most. Drop your answer in the comments, I actually read them, and I'm betting we'll have some fighters arguing over which drill is king. Train smart, stay unpredictable, and remember, in boxing, speed kills, but reflexes decide who gets to live.